And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's the Coach and AD right here inside Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, because we were going to be up at the TP, but there's I guess, guests up there sleeping still. Going to go out in the sound garden, but a little chilly, so we decided, hey, we're back in our normal spot. Still haven't got the projector, the big screen to work yet. I'm working on it where we can show you. That's right. Every Saturday morning, we will have highlights from whatever we can get from JCL Sports Team, the big guy, Frank Selkowski, Amy Zimmer, Dave Williams. We're going to try and do that every Saturday morning, and we got 4 games, 4 highlights for you. Once again, Saturday morning, October 3rd, fifth week of high school football. Well, for most teams, Chatham County schools, 1 week. But once again, it's the coach, Karl DeMasi, and
the AD, Chad Griffin.
Got a little social distancing going on here, so once again, we're trying to keep everybody straight. But remember, when you're in a crowd, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, okay? Well, big night on football. I mean, Calvary Day School, but any Georgia high school news we want to tell these people before we get into high school football?
Now, we'll have an update for them on Wednesday night show because there's an executive committee meeting on Monday. So I'll be traveling to Thompson with the godfather himself, Mr. Earl Etheridge, very early. Earl's
very early.
Yeah, very early. So we'll get down to Thompson, go to the executive committee meeting, and find out what's new, and probably hopefully have some more basketball news and other stuff to pass along when we get back on Wednesday for our show. But yeah, that's really nothing right now. Everything seems pretty quiet right now in the world. Georgia high school teams they're having to quarantine or having to can't play. Everybody's still picking up games, and newsletter this week from Georgia high school. I'm sure you got it as well,
right,
from Dr. Hines. Of, hey, things are going well, progressing, and can't play, try to find someone, and then really each region, it's up to them on how they, Georgia high school really don't get involved in anything region. Hey, you're deciding how you get your 14 state playoffs, and that's kind of what everybody's talking about right now.
And Chatham County Public Schools are going to let their teams go to the state playoffs, go to areas, go to region tournaments. Of course, they have to forfeit all the region games they didn't play. For example, Islands High School Volleyball, West Lawrence is in our region. We were supposed to play them twice, so we had to forfeit it. So we're not going to be the number 1 seed going into the areas. But, I mean, it's good that these kids now can go into the states. You got cross country, you got volleyball, you got softball, and football, too. I mean, BC's already won the region with Jenkins Islands and New Hampstead. So it'll be pretty interesting. And I do apologize. I was supposed to say this at the top of the show. Okay, remember, you'll see the teepee. We talked about why we're not up at the teepee. It's called Braves for Becca. Becca Spear was a waitress here, 22 years old, came down or had a health issue, a stroke. So John Henderson, Adele Henderson, the staff here at Coach's Corner is raising money for Braves for Becca. They're trying to raise $30,000 to help her with her treatment for the problem she had after the stroke. So once again, stop on by, donate money in a bucket, and you want to watch Wednesday night because the coach is getting his head shaved. That's right. On Wednesday night, if you watched, I said if anybody put up $500, they could shave my head. Well, sure enough.
It didn't take long, let me tell you.
Sure enough, Thursday morning, I got a text from my man, John Henderson. Coach, you're getting your head shaved next week. Well, this guy said he'll do a tomahawk like John Henderson for $1,000. He's at 300 people. Come on. We need $1,000. We got to see this man get his head shaved into tomahawk. It's for a great cause. And don't forget another I guess, community gesture by John Henderson, Adele Henderson. There is breakfast at Coach's now, Monday through Friday. I was so excited. He wanted the country biscuit. I wanted 2 eggs with bacon and grits and everything else, but it's not on Saturdays.
Monday through Friday
from 6 to 10:30. Yep. Okay. What John Henderson
Great story here.
Larry's restaurant on Skidaway, right off of Victory, closed down after 70 years because of the COVID pandemic. So John Henderson hired the whole staff to come in and do breakfast here at Coach's Corner. So once again, breakfast at Coach's with the Larry's restaurant staff. Hey, if you haven't been to Larry's restaurant, I've been there 10 times.
My God.
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what that place was. And I think all these other places that we have, the breakfast places, came up with the same idea, like, what is it, Sunrise Cafe, Sunnyside, places like that. So, but a legendary 70 years, Larry's restaurant just served breakfast. And now,
so come here. Hey, he'll have TVs on, get some breakfast, watch your ESPN, watch the remainder of your Korean baseball league that you're wanting to, and enjoy it, man.
All right, and I forgot to tell you the lineup for today. Of course, the coach and AD right here giving you high school football scores, high school news, volleyball, softball, cross country. Then we'll get into quarter number 2, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week from St. Vincent's Academy. Emma Cowart. This girl is a 3-sport, 4-year athlete, National Honor Society, all-region soccer, all-region volleyball, basketball player. I mean, this 3-sport Hollis Stacy Award right here, nominee right here.
Yeah.
So Emma Cowart from St. Vincent's, and then we'll get into a little the oldest game
you got it.
in Georgia since 1892. The Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs, and the Auburn Tigers. They're not the War Eagles, okay?
War Eagle.
They're not the War Eagles. Okay, we're going to talk about with a guy that played in the game. He was outstanding at Benedictine Military School. He went on to play at Georgia, went on to play in the NFL, and he's doing a great job back here in Savannah. He has 2 companies. He's been giving out masks. We're going to talk to Josh Mallard about 9:45. So that's the lineup. I forgot to do that first because I got so excited about being in here, and we went right away to the Georgia high school news. Well, let's go to the football scores, okay? Let's start off with high school football. You ready with your script there, buddy?
I got it, man.
All right, the first game, Calvary Day School against First Presbyterian. I got to say this before we start. A lot of schools rebounded last week.
Yeah,
a lot of schools rebounded last week. Chatham County Public Schools started last night for the first time. So we had football all over the place, but a lot of teams rebounded. You guys rebounded after a tough loss last week. So here's the Calvary Day School highlights from last night. Thank you to WJCL Sports Department, Frank Silkowski, the big guy, Amy Zimmer, and Dave Williams.
Yeah, Calvary gets on the board early. Merklinger out to Brogan Quarter, senior there, picks up a nice little first down, gets us going. Offense was, a little bit better rhythm we have in the past. You see once again there, Merklinger and Quarter. That was the first score of the game for the Cavs, opened up 7-0. Excited after being shot out last week. Once again, Merklinger in the flats to Cam Selders. Little move there. Gets us down inside some scoring territory. And you're going to see here, I tell you, Greg Daniel is going to have himself a night. Once again, it's going to be Merklinger over the top. Gets to Juwan Johnson, gets us inside.
Second effort right there.
Yeah, man, keep those legs moving. And then West Point commit right here, Greg Daniel, his first of 5 scores last night, Carl, is hands it to the ref.
Right. That's what you're supposed to do.
Do it right.
So,
yeah, nice open drive there for the Cavs. Defense was back on par last night. Coach Stroud had a big talk with the guys, big fiscal week. But like I said, Greg Daniel has 5 scores there, 4 on the ground, 1 pick six, open up the second half. So big night for him and the Cavs. They rebound 42-17 over FPD.
Big night. I mean, a lot of teams came back. And then we're going to go to the little of our next highlight. Okay, Savannah Chatham County Public Schools opened it up, the big marquee game. Islands High School traveling to Memorial Stadium to take on Jenkins. Okay, you're going to say, well, there's a brand new stadium across the street from Islands High School. All right, let's get this straight. It's called the Savannah Chatham County Public Schools Island Stadium, not Islands High School Stadium. So it's not Islands High School's facility, okay? So because of the crowd, the anticipation of the crowd, we wound up playing at Memorial Stadium. And, Jenkins and Islands, big rivalry. Last year, Jenkins, phenomenal state playoffs, semifinals. Jason Cameron took a new job at Vidalia. Gene Clemens comes in. But I'm telling you right now, Deshaun Printup had the Islands Sharks ready to play. So here we go to the highlights. And you want to take this? You want me to take it since I was there?
You take it, man.
Okay.
You were there.
There it is. Here we go. Okay. Right there, beautiful Memorial Stadium, new facility, great job. There he is. Jadon Adams throws it to the corner for
look at that. Langston
Lewis, okay?
Yeah.
Future Lewis' little brother. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. Here's Jenkins coming back, handing the ball, but it's fumbled, and the big guy falls on it. My man, Sam Sneed. Sam Sneed, the man, okay? Jenkins was all over the place. Islands was all over the place. Here's Jadon Adams again. Tough kid. He stepped in last year when they needed a quarterback. Just keeps on going, reaches for the goal line. It's in the zone. Okay, great job right there by Jadon Adams. I mean, it's just an exciting night for Memorial Stadium. Okay, and I think right here, right before halftime, this should be the highlight where Patrick Blake, University of Tennessee Martin commit, throws a pass to the corner of the end zone to make it 20-8 at halftime. All right, Coach. What happened to the video here? Okay. Got to blame the coach. But anyway, Islands went on to win 26-8. Langston Lewis had another touchdown. Gerard Adams, great at quarterback. I think 95 yards rushing, 150 yards passing. DeMasi Harris was shut down. Patrick Blake, I mean, he tried to take the team on his back, but just couldn't do it. So a 26-8 final. Islands opens up with a big win over Jenkins High School.
Well, I tell you, one, and we talked about this before we come on the show. First games this season, first live action. You can inter squad all you want, but man, it is different when you turn around and someone else hits you in the mouth, and you get live everything, live special teams, and you can practice all that as you want. But it's a little bit different. Get those first game jitters. So I bet both teams will be even better next week. And so, who's Jenkins appointing next week?
I don't know the next week's schedule. Don't know. I think we got Johnson.
Yeah. So both teams will be better.
With all the stuff we're doing, I'm lucky I know where I am.
Exactly. Is it Saturday?
It's Saturday, but we got no breakfast.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, and I'm going to say this, and believe me, Chad, the AD will tell you, I don't blow my own bubble, but to see this program grow, I was lucky enough to start the program. I was the first football coach there. We did 2 years of JV. They wouldn't let me do the varsity season the second year, just to watch this program grow. And to see that, people now are looking at Islands High School football. Deshaun Prunup, young guy, came in last year under a lot of controversy, was the interim head coach, gets the head coach, and the kids gravitate to him. DeMonte Smith, Bubba. I mean, it's just Donovan Devlin. It's just watching these kids grow, because I watched them grow up. They didn't play for me, but just to see that last night was great.
Yeah, it's great. We've had all these new coaches on, and tell you, it's just been a great experience. The Islands continue to grow and develop into that program, and hey, there'll be that was a big game, because here's the deal, people. You're playing for seeding right now.
That's right.
So between them, Jenkins, and New Hampstead, hey, Islands has that step ahead for that 2 seed, which is hosting a state playoff game,
right,
which will be huge. So now, hey, they just got to get past New Hampstead, and they'll be a 2 seed. Right. But New Hampstead as well. So crazy start off the year with those 2 teams. So here, that's big, man. Congrats to Islands. You're one step ahead of everybody.
All right, we got to get going here. We got to go all the way. So because the man that's coming on next, and I forgot, he's coming on next. I call him now the guru of high school football here in Savannah, Georgia. John Nelson from Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Department. The man's been involved in high school football for 30 years in the state. So he's a young guy, not as old as me. Okay, he's a lot younger than me. I think he's your age. So, but anyway, let's go to the new Island Stadium. Savannah Chatham County Public School Island Stadium, where Groves and Johnson, Kristen.
You got it, Kristen. It's a hard word to say.
I know. I'm getting excited here.
It was Christmas at Islands with the new one.
Here we go. Groves against Johnson.
Here we go. Look at this. Dropping back. Bomb over the middle.
Edwards in the air.
Woo.
Takes it to the end zone.
Scabbers,
untouched.
Man, look at that.
Untouched. And then the Adams bench is working once again. This time, Edwards, the quarterback, connects with Darrell Harris for a nice gain. It was all Johnson Adams smashes open, and it hurts because my stint at Groves was for 6 years to watch the Fighting Scottish Rebels not come up with any touchdown. They didn't get in the zone. It was a 33-0 Johnson win.
Man, the orange and blue uniforms look
hey, but
nice.
I used to have the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Iowa Hawkeyes uniform.
Oh, I got you.
But they changed it up since I left. But Groves trying to put something together, just couldn't do it. Boom.
Oh, yeah, just had
Johnson defense just swarming. The Adams Smashers, great nickname. All right, there's the crowd at the new Islands Stadium.
Great little stadium.
All right,
so
get ready for the Wildcats. We got to go.
We're here.
John Nelson's got a busy schedule this morning, so we got to get him on. Okay, here we go. We're going to the Hill. Build the Hill, where Northside Warner Robins came in to take on the Richmond Hill Wildcats.
The Wildcats was pouring on early and often. All right, up 31-0 at halftime. They go right to work in the third quarter. 3rd and 12, quarterback Tyler Coleman fires a perfect straight to Isaiah Allen inside north side. 10-yard line gives them a first down there. Wildcats finish off a few plays later. Ashad Robertson takes the direct snap and finds the pylon for the touchdown. After the PAT, Richmond Hill led 38-0. Northside would score to cut 38-6. Richmond Hill came right back. Coleman throws it up. Check out the grab catch by Jordan Clark. Wildcat in business again to Northside 10. A few plays later, Wildcats would finish it off short. T run by Kenyon Hunter, and they rolled early and often last night, Carl. So a little stumbling block, but they rebounded as well, and they're back on a 2-game win streak.
All right, here we go. Rest of the scoreboard. Benedictine went to Wayne County, beat the Wayne County Yellow Jackets 41-29. Savannah Christian went out to Albany and beat Deerfield Christian 48-7, bouncing back from a big loss last week to John Millage.
Yep.
Country Day comes back down from 14 and
14.
beats Tatnall Square 28-24 for their first win of the year. Howard comes in and wrecks Effingham County's homecoming. Howard beats Effingham County 17-12. McIntosh County Academy goes to Bryan County 41-0. Bethesda travels up to Walterboro, beats Carleton Prep 28-7. And the battle on the marsh, the Matadors takes on the Lions. Memorial Day School beats St. Andrews 7-0. Tonight, Beach takes on Savannah High Islands at 6 o'clock. And at Memorial Stadium, Windsor Forest takes on New Hempstead. Okay, we got John Nelson waiting in the booth. We got to get there.
Gotta get him.
We'll give you the rest of the volleyball scores and all that stuff as soon as we come back. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here, presented by the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Center Sports Universe.
Okay, got to pay the bills, so we got to let the sponsors have a little time here. 3 minutes, Mr. Nelson. 3 minutes. We're kicking off with the man, John Nelson, the guru of Georgia high school football.
It's all sports, all the time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years in a row. It's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, this Saturday, it's the start of SEC football. The University of Georgia Bulldogs will take the field for the first time this year. And don't forget, you can watch all your SC football games at Coach's Corner, along with MLB, NBA, NHL, MLS, and NASCAR all weekend on their gazillion TV screens. Stop on by at Coach's Corner, and always make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Saturday morning. It's the Coach and the
AD,
right here in the beautiful, or the
center of the sports universe.
right here, Coach's Corner, inside, not in the Sound Garden. We were going to go do it up for Braves for Becca, little TP section up there in the front of Coach's Corner. Hey, come on by. They're going to give you a big truck, a truck honk, and it's unbelievable. But once again, we're inside. It's Saturday morning. It's called the Master Sports Sport, the Coach and AD. All right, we had a lot of high school football yesterday. Savannah Chatham County Public Schools getting back on track, getting their first game. this young man got his first game back on TV. He was doing the Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Game of the Week. Cedar Grove at Milton, plus he probably did 20,000 other things during the week with football, with soccer, you name it. He does it. The guru of Georgia high school football, John Nelson. John, always a pleasure having you on.
Morning, guys.
Hey, you seem like you're a little tired like we are.
Just a bit. No, it was a fun night. It was good to get back out there and do the broadcast to Cedar Grove and Milton. Obviously, it's a little differently because of COVID-19 and social distancing. So I was the only one who was on site for all of the sideline elements. Matt and Wayne and Hannah were back at 260 14th Street doing stuff out of multiple studios. So I tip my hat to everybody at Georgia Public Broadcasting that made it happen from the top down. Our president and CEO, Tay Ryan, who believes in the product, to everybody in engineering, to all of the guys behind the scenes, because the way that I talk about live television, guys, and I know that you guys can relate to this as well. You guys have had dogs, right? As pets?
Yeah, I've had plenty of dogs. Yeah.
Okay, so you like to take them to the park. You like to take them to the lake, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you take the stick and you throw it into the lake and the dog chases it and brings it back to shore, what do you see of the dog above the waterline?
Oh, just calm. Making it through, not a problem.
What do you see? What's going on below the waterline?
100 miles.
100 miles an hour with those paws going.
What you see on TV on Georgia Public Broadcasting is that dog above the waterline. What's really going on to make sure that happens is everything below the waterline. So that's exactly the way it is every single week. But it's fun to be back out there and do a game of the week.
John, talk about how was it from that standpoint of what are the limitations on crowds? Is every district up there probably a little bit different than where you go? So how was the atmosphere last night? Were they limiting crowds, and what did you have?
They were.
That's what it was like up in the lakes by your town. Yeah, up there in Atlanta with the lakes and all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Great Lake. I was by Lake Erie is where we were last night, Coach. No, but at Milton last night, and Chad, it is literally a case by case basis. In Fulton County at Milton last night, it was 30% capacity. You had to have a wellness check going in the door, and masks were mandatory. So that was where it was. So I give everybody who was there on both sides, the Cedar Grove fans, the Milton fans, they were there bringing the energy, and you couldn't tell that it was a 30% capacity last night. So it's going to be one of the subplots as we go for this entire season as to how it's going to be at each and individual place. Next week, we're going to be at the Jefferson at Flowery Branch game with two really good teams and two really good quarterbacks. So it'll be interesting to see how things are in Hall County. But in North Fulton County last night, it was 30% capacity.
So what was it like getting back behind the mic? I mean, I know you probably were biting at the bit. You were probably the dog with the stick in your mouth and underneath really going really quick. Yeah, there he is. So how was it doing your first game this year?
You always miss it, but it's good to be back. But I mean, we were doing all the other elements leading up to it. But no, it was fun to be back and to be able to be, I guess, the eyes and ears for Matt and Wayne and Hannah. It was a little different, but really didn't change all that much. It's just the fact that on air, I was wearing a mask, and that is the way it's going to be because that's the way that I'm going to pretty much want it to be for me out there. If you noticed on the broadcast, we had socially distanced interviews with microphones and multiple cameras and things like that. And so there are ways that we got to tell the story, but still be as safe as we could for both our crew and for the players and coaches and everyone involved.
John, you guys do such a great job, and you specifically do a great job of telling that story. And so what's it been like interacting with the coaches and players? How are they been, I'm sure these kids getting to be on TV and you guys broadcasting game of week is a big deal up there. But how's it been, for the coaches and the student athletes that you've been able to talk to and just get their perspective on playing football during the COVID-19 era?
Well, and Adam Clack is an example of that because he contracted COVID-19 back in March. And so he has been an example for the Milton community about dealing with COVID-19 and coming through COVID-19 and how you should handle yourself publicly and be an example for others. When it comes to the coaches across the state, and this is just in conversations that I've had with everybody, guys, I mean, it's a learning experience for coaches because, back in the late 1700s when I was in high school, It was, rub some dirt on it. It's a stinger. Get back out there. Everything will be fine. Just shake it off kind of stuff. Now you have coaches who are learning basically almost a new way to coach, because you have coaches who will benefit their teams and their student athletes by having a student athlete call them up and say, "Coach, I don't feel well. I don't think I should come in today." And I think that when you have student athletes who show that kind of responsibility, and coaches who are adapting their styles and understanding that this is a new normal, it's been an interesting thing to see. But I give coaches like you guys a whole lot of credit, where there's an understanding. It's like, okay, I need to think of the collective here, and things need to be a little different. And so if I have a student call me and tell me that they don't feel well, first thought is, okay, they need to get checked. They need to look out for themselves. They need to look out for their family, and in both the immediate sense of the folks that share a roof with them and their family that they share the field with, regardless of sport. And so it's interesting to see how coaching has changed to adapt to this new normal.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting just to be out there. But like you said, being a coach, and I was walking the sidelines, I really must say I miss Friday nights. I don't miss what went into Friday nights, but just being on an Island High School sideline, and they're trying to keep the kids apart. They're trying, kids getting hurt, and it's just, I give first year head coach a lot of credit for doing that, and Deshaun and Printup. So as far as this season goes, this is your first time on the side doing games. Any surprising teams out there for you throughout the state? Jenkins coming out with a new coach. Island's coming out with a new coach. Island's coming out with a big win.
Wow, surprises. I think that right now, I think that it's too early because of how we're looking at things, because of the schedules being as staggered as they are. I mean, you guys know last night it was the start of things down there on the coast. Cedar Grove, DeKalb County. Last night was this first weekend was the first week for DeKalb County schools to work their way through. I think that let me take it this way, Coach. I think that we've seen teams who finished well in 2019 who are continuing to do well in 2020. You look at Richmond Hill. You guys were showing the Richmond Hill highlights with their big win over Northside. And I think that region is one of the regions of doom this year. You look at a Brooks County. You look at how they're continuing to work things through. Irwin County last night down in South Georgia knocked off Tift, a 7A school. And so when you have the Cornbread Bowl, first time that Tift, I think, had been to Osceola in over 50 years. But when you have a 7A school take it on the chin from a smaller classification like we had on our air last night, I think that you're still getting teams that are coming to full song. And I think it's going to take a while for them to get there. But as the way that I've always broken it down, we have 3 seasons for Georgia high school football. Season 1 is your non-region schedule. Season 2 is your region schedule, which gets you ready for season 3, your playoff run. Right. But when you have a compressed first season, or you have a first season that doesn't exist, like we see in Baldwin, where it's just like, no, I'll see you in region play because of everything going on in COVID-19. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how these coaches navigate this landscape of, all right, we're now starting. How much of a run-up do we give ourselves, or do we just count on region play, get that second seed like you guys were talking about, get that first-round home game, and hope that things can fall our way? And so I think that it's a serious time of adjustment for everyone in trying to get their feet settled so they can be ready for season 2 to get you ready for the postseason. I think that we've seen a lot of teams in 2020 who've continued what they've done in 2019, but this new normal adds that extra dynamic.
Well, I think, John, I agree with you there totally. And you said that the teams that are going to continue to do well are the ones that coaches and programs that can manage and go with the flow and be flexible. In saying that, I want to get your take on Elka. So Eagles Landing Christian been dominant in Class A, but out of their first several weeks, they've had to readjust. I mean, they always played higher up classification teams. Yeah. But they've had to readjust their schedule and pick up like Blessed Trinity and pick up
on the fly.
Yeah, on the fly. And they're that way. Coach Guest and those guys is like, listen, we'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere. And they have. And they took some losses which they've not typically experienced in the past. But I agree with you. I still think it's going to benefit them when it comes to region play, because they've played as tough a schedule there is in the state, being a Class A private school.
Yeah, nothing like picking up Blessed Trinity on 2 days' notice and going over to BT to go play a game. Then you play a Pierce County team, which gets the Duke last night. But remember, there was one season where Eagles Landing Christian finished the regular season 4-6. Yeah. Because of that non-region schedule. They go into region play. They do well in region, and this was before the current setup. But they went into the playoffs at 4-6, made a run, won a championship. So just because a team
in the semis,
yeah, and so it's like just because in the modern game, just because the team that you follow has a larger number to the right of the dash than to the left of the dash, it doesn't mean that they didn't prepare themselves for that postseason run. So just because, we've seen it a couple of times in the past. Thomas County Central made a run where they were either 500 or just below 500 with Ed Pilcher. Irwin County made it to the semis a while back under Ross New, where they were under 500. We saw with Eagles Landing Christian. So just because you have a team that's struggling at 500 or below going into the playoffs doesn't mean they haven't prepared themselves for those moments.
All right, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report with the Coach and AD. We're live with the man himself, the guru of Georgia high school football, John Nelson.
That's Tommy Palmer, Coach.
No. Tommy Palmer was the voice and the legend. You're the guru, okay? You were the understudy. So we got to lift you up. And that was a great segment the other day that I listened to with you and Jay Palmer. Great job. All right, with time to get out of here, you got to go. You got 5 other shows you got to do today. Quickly, what's up next for Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Game of the Week next week? And let them know what you do in the week. Your podcast, your soccer stuff. One cute sports guy. Go ahead.
Well, when the boss calls you cute sports guy, that's what your handle is. Bottom line. So that's how it goes. All right. So let's see if I can do Monday through Friday. I'll go backwards. Jefferson and Flowery Branch, 7:30 Friday night from the branch. Preceding that on gpb.org and the GPB Sports app is GPB Sports Recruiting 2020. Matt, Hannah, and I go through all the news you need to know. Wednesdays, noon on the GPB Sports Facebook Live. That is Countdown to Kickoff, where we kind of preview everything and get you ready for the weekend. We look back, and we also want to know what's for lunch, because that's my most important question. And then on Mondays, it is the Football Fridays in Georgia podcast. We're going to try to figure out who our interview is this coming week, and we kind of go through everything that's been going on in Georgia high school football to get you ready. Soccer down here, the SDH Network is my next stop in about 27 minutes, where we get to do the Saturday Power Hour. All the news going on in soccer with a Southern tint, that's on the SDH Network. Download the SDH app, available iOS and Android. Also, college football, OSG Sports. Don't forget to download the OSG Sports app. And I'm writing a book, which will be out hopefully in December. And not busy at all, guys.
I'm going to get you out here on this. I'm looking through your bio once again. You're a Florida State grad.
Don't even.
Don't even go there.
No, I'm just
asking. That's an entire segment, and that's just
Listen,
no.
I'm not going to say anything negative.
We're not saying anything negative.
Nothing negative. All right.
I will. That's my point.
I'm just saying. Listen, typically when they change, listen, man, you guys have gone through a couple coaches now, and then, Norvell not being there.
Yeah.
But also, hey, you're in the recruiting scene as a Florida State guy.
Yeah.
Do you not think that they're going to continue to progress in recruiting under Norvell? I'm just asking, because you don't think so?
No. When you only recruit 4 offensive linemen, that's a problem. When you can't keep your quarterback upright, and I feel for James Blackman, when you can't keep your quarterback upright and you only bring in 4 offensive linemen in your class, that's a problem. When you can't negotiate the basic plays of 33 and 34 wham, that's a problem. When you try to put in stuff from the back of the playbook because you can't do 33 and 34 wham right, thinking that's going to change things, that's a problem. We're nationally irrelevant right now, Chad. We are nationally irrelevant.
You'll get there, though. I think you'll get there.
Not with Mike Norvell as head coach. I thought that it was. I thought that Willie Taggart was a reach. I thought Odell Hagan should have been given the job not once but twice.
Okay.
And I took Geology 101 with Odell Hagan. All right. I know what he can handle when it comes to toting the rock. Because we took geology together. We know we are in trouble. As a program, we are nationally irrelevant.
John, I'm sorry that he opened Pandora's box.
I told you it was another segment.
Trying to be positive.
Now,
I was trying to get
on a positive note. He loves your soccer show. You got 25 minutes to get there.
Love you, man.
Go kick the ball around.
Next time.
Hey, appreciate you.
As always, guys, be well.
Always fun, John.
I didn't mean to get
What
fired
are you doing to the guy?
No.
What are you doing to the poor guy?
I was trying to be positive with his alma mater, thinking, hey, because I want to get into.
But you know, John Nelson, he doesn't just say, okay, he's trying to get.
I know.
He's going to critique it. He's going to break it down.
I know how
he's going to talk about 33, 34 wins
now, and he's still. Listen, we got some Forest State alumni around here.
I know.
I know. We got to go. We got to.
Hey, John.
We got to get.
John, if you're listening, he owes you breakfast at Coach's Monday through Friday. Stop by. We'll get your breakfast.
We'll ship it down there. I know we got to get to our favorite part.
She's waiting. She's waiting in our booth,
and she's laughing. She's like, "What are these guys doing? What's going on here?"
But anyway,
best part of our show coming.
She's a 4-year volleyball player. Well, this will be her 4th year for basketball. This will be her 4th year for soccer. She's an unbelievable student athlete over at St. Vincent. She's, I think, the student body vice president, National Honor Society, you name it, this girl's got it, and she's got the stats to back it up. We're going to talk to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week from St. Vincent's Academy, Emma Cowart. Stay tuned. We're having a lot of fun. It's the Coach and AD right here from the center of the
sports universe.
We'll see you in 3 minutes.
Fired.
Emma will be calm by the time you come up.
No, we won't. No, we don't.
He's fired up.
It's all sports, all the time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years in a row. It's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, this Saturday, it's the start of SEC football. The University of Georgia Bulldogs will take the field for the first time this year. And don't forget, you can watch all your SC football games at Coach's Corner along with MLB, NBA, NHL, MLS, and NASCAR all weekend on their gazillion TV screens. Stop on by at Coach's Corner and always make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wellington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
I mean, you got me messing up. I muted us. But good Saturday morning. You're glad you can join us. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at the center of the
sports universe.
And it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget, we have 2 other shows now on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Of course, Rub It and Grub It, NASCAR show, they were the ones that started all this sports, Coach's Corner Sports Network. Then, of course, you got the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning and Wednesday night with the coach and AD. We added Hot Grits Podcast with the sports reporter, Travis Jordan, and his buddy, Spencer Maddox, former Cavalier, former Hornet. Check it out. Hot Grits Podcast on Spotify, on Apple, on iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast. All right. This is the favorite part of the show. Even though the last part was pretty enjoyable. You got to get John Nelson going here.
Oh man, golly, man, that's awesome.
So, but anyway, this young lady has been a standout athlete, 3-sport athlete at St. Vincent's Academy. She's had a phenomenal week. Let me get to her stats because I missed. You got her stats handy in front of you? Where's her stats? Okay,
I got her career stats.
Let's hear her career
stats. 72 aces, 370 kills, 217 total blocks, and 124 digs. So you're not talking about
that's just volleyball.
Yeah, and you're not talking about just one part of the game. That encompasses all of it. I mean, 72 aces is a lot. Kills is a lot. Blocks, that means she's at the net. Then the digs, that means she's probably playing back row. So that means she's playing all around. Never comes off the court, it sounds like. And so she's able to do it all. And that's just volleyball. We ain't got the basketball and soccer and, probably what else she can do. But let's get her on here. So
basketball and soccer. And I think she was part of the runner-up volleyball team. She's probably got 5 rings like all those girls do that play soccer at St. Vincent's. Joining us on the Coach's Corner Hotline is our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athlete from St. Vincent's Academy, Emma Cowart. Emma, glad you could join us. We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And congratulations. You deserve it.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, 3 sports, volleyball, you guys, playing in one of the toughest, I think, volleyball areas in the state. I call it the black and blue division. You guys dropped down to play Christian, Country Day, Calvary. So when did all these sports happening start for you? What age? How young were you when you started picking up a ball?
I've been playing soccer since I was in 5th grade, the same for basketball, and I started volleyball my 8th grade year.
Volleyball, 8th grade. I think unofficially, don't you hold the school record for most blocks?
I do.
So Emma, one, that's what I love when we get student athletes on that play multiple sports. Talk about how one sport helps you transition to another. What is it about, obviously volleyball and basketball and soccer, they, doctors say it all the time. Kids that play multiple sports, one, less likely to have injuries and things of that nature because they always use different muscle groups. But just talk about how one sport helps you prepare for another.
Definitely the conditioning for each season helps me get prepared for the next. And then my reaction time going from volleyball to basketball, and hand-eye coordination for sure. And then basketball entails a lot of running. So for soccer season, I'm ready to move up and down the field.
Yeah, that 80 and 90 feet is a little bit different than running 100-something yards. So same thing when my basketball girls get out there, first couple of weeks, man, a little bit different running out here. But you're right though. But the short sprints and everything that helps tremendously.
So you're a student athlete over there at St. Vincent's, and every time we talk to a Benedictine military cadet or St. Vincent's Academy saint, they have special feelings about the place. Tell us what it's like going to St. Vincent's, what it's been like for you. It's your senior year. Tell us what it's been like.
It's a tight group community, which I really love about the school. The teachers know you by your name. The students, everyone's super close. I know the freshmen, the sophomores know the juniors. Everyone's really close and inclusive at St. Vincent, so I really love that.
And listen, Coach Nichols spoke very highly of you, talk about having the pleasure to work with you the past 3 years. One of the most athletic individuals I've ever encountered. Her vertical, talking about your vertical, not just the tallest girl on the team, but can now jump anyone. The team puts a lot of faith and trust in her. I think she's getting recognition for all her hard work. But I think my line in there that I like the most is the trust part. And so usually when you talk about a coach that says that, talks about student athlete and the trust, that means, one, they've given a lot of responsibility. Also, it means they've earned a lot of responsibility by being accountable. So just talk about, a little bit, just that thing of being a leader, what a leader looks like. And we always like to ask our student athletes, if you had to pass knowledge down to someone else underneath you, the kids are coming up, the girls are coming up, underclassmen St. Vincent's, just talk about how would you talk to them about, being a multi-sport athlete and being a leader as you continue to go forward and develop in athletics?
Okay. I wish I would have been more like talkative, and I wish I would have included myself more on the team as a freshman, because I feel like, freshmen are always a little more laid back, but this year, especially with our team, we've been really good about, the one freshman on our team, making sure she has a ride. She comes to dinner everywhere. She's always, her input is always we always need her input. So I wish I would have given more input and been a part of the team a little more my freshman year.
Well, you've been an exceptional athlete in 3 sports. I'm going to put you on the spot now. Coach Dotson, Coach Nichols. Who's the new soccer coach?
Miss Knight.
Miss Knight. What's your favorite sport?
Oh, gosh. I think volleyball has to be my favorite sport.
Well, tell us why.
Yeah.
I really love how it's not just a one-person sport. It's everyone on the team. Everyone is working to get a dig. Everyone's working for the block. It's the communication is really key, and I love the intensity of it.
Well, I'll tell you, I agree with you there. When you said the communication aspect, it's huge in soccer, it's huge in basketball, but I'm telling you, in volleyball, when volleyball is going really well and you watch them, it's almost like synchronized swimming. Everybody's moving at the same time, but you got to be talking all the time. I mean, more than almost any other sport, that I've seen and being part of. And it's so much fun to watch. I was watching college volleyball the other night, and those girls are just in sync. They're moving, they're communicating. And when it's going well, that's the best part of it. So I agree with you totally there. Emma, talk about, you picked your favorite sport, but talk about what your coaches have meant to you at St. Vincent's. You're and what maybe something you picked up from each coach that you've had.
Well, my volleyball coach, Coach Nichols, I actually had her before she coached for St. Vincent's as a club volleyball coach. And I feel like her understanding of the game and her knowledge has helped me so much, because she's so knowledgeable. Everything that she does has a purpose. Every practice plan that she does has a purpose. And everything she's telling us behind it has a purpose in the game that we're coming up. So from that, I've learned a lot about the game itself. And Coach Dotson is a high-intensity coach, and I love that about her. She always is in the game with you. It's not just you playing the game. She's out there playing the game with you, and it's great. And Miss Knight, I haven't had her as a coach yet, but I've heard she is a great coach, so hopefully she will be.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from the
Senior Sports Universe.
And of course, as part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, we're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Emma Cowart from St. Vincent, senior. All right. So I watched your video. We know a special guy that thinks you're his number one niece. I'm going to get in trouble right here, Lawrence Bennett. And your dad sent me the video. You're an outstanding student at St. Vincent's. Tell the people something other than your sports accomplishments that people don't know about Emma Cowart.
I am the vice president for student council at St. Vincent's Academy this year. So I've been in student council all 4 years. So it's a great accomplishment to be able to actually be on the 4 board.
Well, you got to balance that. You're playing 3 sports. You're doing well academically. You're also involved in student government. So talk to the people listening and to future student athletes as well. How you balance all that. Balancing being a student athlete, because you're student first, athlete second. And so talk about the balance of what that's meant for you at St. Vincent's.
Like you said, you're a student first. So when you're in the classroom, the game tonight or practice tonight, it doesn't matter. all that matters is your teacher and your work. And then after school, I always focus on practice and only practice. I don't focus on schoolwork. And then when I get home, it's schoolwork. So it's being able to cancel out everything else and focus on that one thing that you have to do.
All right, I know 2 more questions. One for me is, okay, talk to your dad. Very proud dad. Didn't get a chance to speak to your mom. How's family support? What has your family support meant to your success, whether it's in the classroom or on the court or on the softball field, soccer field? It's for softball, not softball. Volleyball, basketball court, and the soccer field.
My family is my number one fan. All of them, my aunts and uncles too. So they're always at every game. They're always supporting me, and it means a lot to me.
Hey, so my thing is, what's next for Emma? What's next for you? Where do you want to go to school? What should we be doing? You'll be picking one of your 3 sports to play?
If I do play, it will be for volleyball, and I'm unsure at the time, but it's definitely an option. So hopefully I'll
So what's some of your options? What's some of the schools you're looking at?
I'm looking at some D3 schools, some smaller schools like Oglethorpe and St. Leo and schools like that, because I want to go into nursing. So being able to balance schoolwork and sports will be something for a D3 school.
Well, St. Leo is beautiful. So beautiful place.
I could tell you about it because my sister-in-law lives right next to the campus down there in Florida. It's a beautiful place. Well, Emma, congratulations. I'm glad you got nominated to be our Athlete of the Week, our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We look forward to watching your senior year. Now, if you decide and you want to make it a public announcement, I can get someone to produce our show for that night, Lawrence Bennett, and we'll come on and we'll announce where you're going to go.
Okay, thank you.
Keep up the great work and go Saints. Great kid, student athlete. Lawrence Bennett is the producer of the Rubbin' and Grubbin', the other Coach's Corner Sports Network show, and I'm glad he nominated her because I did a lot of research and found out a lot of good things about this young lady. He's proud of her, and who wouldn't be proud of her?
Oh, my gosh.
3-sport athlete, great grades, vice president of student council. And hopefully she'll land a scholarship somewhere.
Well, and the thing is, what great you listen to her is the balance that she keeps. And she's talking about the thing I wrote down the most was like staying in the moment with what you're doing, be able to cancel out the other stuff. So when you're in the classroom, stay in the classroom, be focused on the classroom. When you're at practice or at a game, laser focused on that. Then, hey, back home, doing homework, being focused there. And I always talk about, family support system. And that's with every student athlete we've talked to and ask them that question. Mm-hmm. Family and people around them have meant so much. So, man, great job there. Awesome, Emma. And we'll see your continued success on the basketball court and on the soccer field. And I'll get firsthand to get to see her on both now that St. Vincent's is back in Class A in our region. Next up, talk about this man a little bit.
Hey, you know what? It's the oldest rivalry game in the United States when it comes to college football. It's the UGA, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the Auburn Tigers. And we wanted to get someone on that had some kind of impact in this game. I think this game was probably one of his best college games he ever had.
We go get the insight here. So get it.
He was a standout at Benedictine Military School. We tried stopping him. We tried double teaming him. We tried triple teaming him. But the man was always in the backfield. He made a big name for himself at Benedictine. Went on to play at the University of Georgia. I think he's one of the top sack defensive lineman, sack getter in Georgia history. He went on to play in the NFL, but he's back home. He's giving back to his community, and that's Josh Mallard. So you're listening to the Coach and AD right here from the
CMU Sports Universe.
And it's on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back with the man himself, Josh Mallard. 3 minutes, that's all it's going to take. Go get some water. Get something to eat. Hey, breakfast? Anybody want to bring us breakfast?
They're starting to cook some. We might get some wings here shortly.
Yeah, well, I'm not having wings for breakfast. See you later.
It's all sports all the time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years in a row. It's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 352-2933. And don't forget, this Saturday, it's the start of SEC football. The University of Georgia Bulldogs will take the field for the first time this year. And don't forget, you can watch all your SC football games at Coach's Corner, along with MLB, NBA, NHL, MLS, and NASCAR all weekend on their gazillion TV screens. Stop on by at Coach's Corner, and always make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wellington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning. And if you're joining us again, it's the Coach and AD from the center of the Sports Universe, Coach's Corner. We're part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. There are 2 other shows, Rubbin' and Grubbin', every Wednesday night, 6 o'clock on Facebook Live. And now on the podcast venue or environment or culture, I don't know what you want to call it. We got the Hot Grits podcast with Travis Jardon and Spencer Maddock, 2 local guys, Savannah Country Day Hornet, Calvary Day School, getting together, talking all sports all the time. And whatever they say has nothing to do with us, okay? It's their own opinion, okay? Travis Jardon does a great job, sports writer. He does a lot of stuff for the prepsportsreport.com. So once again, he's joined our fold. All right, big game, college football. We talked about a lot of local stuff, but we got to talk about Georgia football. I mean, the first half last week, I was kind of nervous, and still the kid from Pierce County, Stetson Bennett, came in and took control of the offense, put the Georgia Bulldogs in the right direction. Well, tonight's the oldest rivalry game, Georgia-Auburn. Hey, this next guest played at Benedictine, all Savannah Morning News, all world, if you ask me, up at Georgia. He is the 5th all-time defensive lineman on the sack list. And one of his biggest games was in his junior season against Auburn. Josh Mallard had 10 tackles, 2 quarterback pressures, no sacks. But you know what? He made a big difference in that game. Let's get the feel of what it was like playing in that game. Joining us on the Coach's Corner Sports Network hotline is the man himself, former cadet, former Bulldog, former Falcons, Colts. If I'm missing anything else, he'll tell us. Josh Mallard, and he's a Savannah kid. I still consider you a kid, Josh.
I wish I was a kid after watching Emma's interview just then.
Once again, haven't talked to you in a while. Thanks for coming on. I know Chad's been running across with these little kids' football clinics. So what's up and how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be watching football again. I know that.
Yeah, we all are. So tell us, Benedictine, Danny Britt's come in. It's your alma mater, state championship. Tell us, have you been following the cadets closely, and how do you feel about them?
I feel great about them. I tell you what, if I could go back and win any championship, Super Bowl, SEC, NCAA, I would pick a state high school championship any day of the week. I don't think I've been more jealous of these guys. You know, they get to go out there and, you know, they're winning games left and right. They got rings. If I could go back at any point in time, it'd be to win a state championship.
Josh, talk about that. What is, you know, everybody knows high school football is special, but talk about why high school football is so special, especially in the South.
Well, for 99% of the guys, it's the last time they'll ever suit up, you know, and some of us go on to play, but a town like Savannah, we all come back. We all had a great upbringing. We all want to come back, and to come back with that state championship, you got bragging rights. You know, you got cross-town rivals, Savannah Country Day, Calvary. When you can show that ring at the parties, at the happy hours, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, you know, you got to the next level. What was the experience like at Georgia? You got to play a lot of football, big game against Auburn. What was it like playing up there between the hedges? And they're back for the first time in 2020 between the hedges.
Tell you what, it's something else. It's a big difference when you got 100,000 fans screaming at you, you know, but when you're out there in the field, you really don't pay attention to that. So I don't think that's going to affect the kids at all one way or the other. But, you know, playing out there in between the hedges, it is something special, especially being from Savannah, you know, being in Georgia and then going up, playing up there. I mean, you ask anybody our age, you know, if they could do anything in the world, it'd probably be suit up for the Georgia Bulldogs between the hedges.
What was it about the Auburn game? I'm from North Carolina, so we talk about North Carolina Duke all the time in that rivalry. But what is it about Auburn, you know, that makes that rivalry so big?
Obviously, it goes back, but it's just one of those games. When I played, you know, it doesn't matter who had the winning record, who was favored. If Auburn's coming to Athens, everyone thinks they're going to win. And when we go to Auburn, everyone thinks we're going to win. So, you know, you just never know with that game. I remember senior year, we were coming in thinking we were just going to blow them out. And if I remember correctly, it was 28-0 before we could even take a breath.
Wow. Now, I'm going to go to, the rivalry games. I mean, we always hear Georgia-Auburn, Georgia-Florida, Georgia Tech, Georgia-South Carolina. How many rivalry games does Georgia have? What, in your mind, what is the number one rivalry game for Georgia to play every season?
Well, I mean, the easy answer is they're all important. But, you know, if you lose to Georgia Tech, that's not good, right? And then you go outside from Tech and it's Florida. And then, obviously, your conference games. But if you lose to Georgia Tech, no offense, you don't want to show your face, you know. At least we didn't.
All right, let's take you back memory lane, your junior year. 10 tackles, 2 quarterback pressures. It's still vivid in your mind?
You know what? The games that are vivid in my mind, you know, are definitely those bigger games. But unfortunately, I eat and sleep on quarterback sacks. And if I didn't have a quarterback sack and we didn't win the game, it's a double whammy. But if we won the game and I had a quarterback sack, it's like even keel.
Josh, talk about, you know, we just had our student athlete of the week on. You got to see that segment. Talk to the people about what it takes to get to that next level. You got to have some athletic ability, but there's a drive, there's a determination, there's an inner, you know, grit there. You know, just talk about kids at any level that are trying to get to play college, what that means and what it takes to do that.
You know, I was fortunate. I had parents. You know, I was an only child, so you know everything they did revolved around my athletic career. But I meet kids all the time, and I hear their parents trying to put them into these classes and give them special trainers. And you know, it comes back to if the kid doesn't want it, you know, it doesn't matter how much you pay for the lessons or you know who's coming to speak to them. You know, the kid that goes out at 8 o'clock at night after dinner and runs sprints around his neighborhood, that's the kid that's going to make it to the next level. The girl that I just saw, I could tell she's got a head on her shoulders. I really want her number. I want to hire her. I want to talk her out of college and have her come work for me. Like, that's the type of person you want working for you, right? And that's the type of person you want as an athlete coming to your school.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty impressive. And I'm telling you, I got a chance to watch you. Chad wasn't in Savannah yet in your high school years, standout athlete, and you're back home now. Tell everybody what's going on with Josh Mallard back here in good old Savannah, Georgia, in the 912 area.
Well, it took me 15 years to decide what I wanted to do with my life after football. But my parents had a business growing up. I understood customer service at a high level. I understood taking care of employees at a high level. So, stepping into the business world, it was really just a plug and play for me. What am I passionate about? It could be any business. It's customer service. It really is. It could be any product you're selling. It could be really any license you have. It's all about customer service. So all of my companies revolve around customer service. I have a payments business. I'm in credit card processing. I have a medical business. I'm with doctors all the time. You just got to be available, and you got to be willing to put in the extra work.
Well, Josh, I know firsthand what you've given back. You worked some camps and clinics with Kids and Pros and Buddy Curry. But also during this pandemic, I text a buddy of mine the other day, said, hey, I need a Georgia guy. You were the first one he talked about. He also said, hey, this guy is giving away a lot of masks during this pandemic to help people out. So just talk about the idea of, giving back not only, in football, but in, your city in Savannah, what that, is meant to you and the purpose behind it.
Well, Savannah's been great to me, number one. Growing up here, I had just such a good upbringing. I have nothing bad to say ever about Savannah. They've always done great for me. They've made me. They've given me opportunities. So for me to come in and have an opportunity to give back, I really like to do that any way possible. If it's coaching football, if it's talking to a kid, if it's cutting trees during a hurricane, I'm not patting myself on the back. Everyone does this, but anything that someone could do to help out, you just got to show your appreciation, and that's what I like to do.
All right. My last question, we got a big game between the hedges. Game day is up in Athens. We don't know who Corso is going to pick right yet. But you watched the game last week, right? I
did.
Do you think they struggled more than they should have last week? And what can we see this week?
I do. They have I think as long as the quarterback, if it's Stetson Bennett, as long as he could just manage the game, they've got the playmakers around him to pull this one out. So offensive line, they're very flexible. They have a lot of depth. That's a good thing. Usually when a team like Georgia or, a team that's rated top 5, when their center goes out or their starting tackle goes out, immediately they can almost throw their season away because they got some guy coming in that's never faced someone like me or like a Nolan Smith. So the fact that they have that depth is really going to help them, and they're going to win that game in the offensive and defensive lines.
Well, and following up on that, talking about another Savannah kid, Nolan Smith, you are probably, got a lot more inside than us at University of Georgia. What are you hearing about Nolan up there and how he's continued to progress as a D lineman?
I'm hearing good things. And I know the way he thinks, being a defensive lineman and the fact that he hates quarterbacks as much as I do. So he had 1.5 sacks, I believe, in the first game.
Yes.
I would be willing to put it all on the line that he has a sack in this game. When you're a defensive end, it's like when I go bowling. I'm not a great bowler, but I'll keep turning that game over and over again until I hit a strike on the first roll. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep resetting it. He has started this season with 1.5 sacks. I guarantee you his goal is to get sacks in every game. He is going to come out and make a big play tonight, in my opinion.
Awesome. So do you take a little more interest in the guys that are from the Savannah area, like Richard LeCount and Nolan Smith, Stetson Bennett over there from Pierce County? You take a little more interest in that game, or you just Demetrius Robertson? I forgot about him, too. Do you take more interest in the Savannah guys, or you just love your dogs?
I love the dogs, but the interest that I have in the Savannah guys is deeper than football. When I was playing, I had access to all these guys in the business world, and to be able to come back and talk to those guys for a career after football, that's the most important thing to me, because that's the guys I want working with me, because I know they put in what it takes. They're all overachievers. I mean, every one of them. So I do take a little more interest, just knowing selfishly that I want to talk to those guys when they're done playing.
Anything else from you, Mr. AD?
No, man. I've like I said, I've had the pleasure to get to meet Josh and work on with Kids and Pros, and he is just a first-class individual. and how he treats others. And like I said, it's about customer service. And that's why he's as successful as he is, because he treats and cares people like they're his family. And he's just continued to do great things in the community. And Josh, like I said, I texted a buddy of mine, and your name was the first one. He said, hey, this is your guy. Talk to Josh. Doing great things in the community. So, man, once again, thank you for who you are and what you're doing, giving back to this community and just being part of Savannah.
It's my pleasure. Thanks, guys.
And Josh is still a big kid in my mind, so keep it going, and best of luck.
Looks like
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You still can play too, right?
In my mind, I can.
Well, we could set up another All-Star game where you were terror.
I would do that in a heartbeat. I want to play Country Day in Calvary.
Thanks, Josh. Have a good one, and go Dogs.
Thanks, guys. Go Dogs.
Appreciate it, man.
I mean, watching him grow up to be the guy he is, the man he is, and he's back here giving back.
So what
to
year was he in high school here?
96.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was 96. Well,
higher. He's saying higher.
98. There we go.
Okay.
So I knew, because I was at Jenkins, and we couldn't stop the guy. We couldn't stop the kid, and he's good friends with Casey Andrews, who was a standout at Jenkins, and we tried triple teaming him, and we still couldn't stop it. He was a man child. He still is a man child. Look at the size of him now. He's ready to play some football. But just watching these guys come back, and they grow up, and like you said, you watch them on TV. You got a chance to play in the pros. So it's just exciting to watch Savannah kids come back and give back, and that's what he's doing. He was very, very, humble about, but he's giving back a lot with the coronavirus, with masks, with what do they call PPEs, personal protection equipment. He's got a lot of connections, and he's willing to give back, and that's what we need. More guys from Savannah like him.
Yeah, and like I said, the great thing about him when he's talking about what he looks in future employees, as well as like those kids, the Nolan Smiths. I'm here to tell you, Nolan Smith, I was around him, might be one of the hardest working individuals I've ever been around.
Well, you're looking at. I don't mean if you're watching Josh to say this, but you're looking at an older version of Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
he was determined. He was determined in college. He was determined in pros. He figured out what he wanted to do. He's determined in his business now.
It's the same thing. When
great role model right there.
When Nolan left to go to IMG, Nolan sat in the office and it's like, Coach, I got a 5-year plan. And a kid, and he's a young one too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He was like 16, 17 years old. So, he's got a 5-year plan. He's determined, knows what he wants to do. He's got a great head and shoulders. And one, to have people like Josh and others that he can look to and also reach out to is tremendous. So, man, just great. Once again, hey, Savannah, great place to be, producing great student athletes, coming back and doing great things here in this area.
And, I'm like him. I take a lot more interest in watching these kids from Savannah. And I know that's where I'm from now, so you got to love it. And we got to thank Josh Mallard. Okay, once again, he's got a medical supply business, business credit card, transaction business. So look him up. Does a great job. All right, we're going to go a little bit. We're going to recap with all the sports we missed, and then we'll see if we can get 3 steps out the door. And it's the AD's turn to grill the coach, or the coach to grill the other AD. So
we'll be grilling.
Right. You're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, or you're watching now the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're not on the radio anymore. And it's the Coach AD right here from the center of the
sports universe.
And it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget, raise for Becca. Stop by. Put a little money in the kitty. You want to raise some money? They already got me.
Coming up.
Last Wednesday, when we do our Wednesday night update, I said for $500 you could shave my head because I really can't do a mohawk.
It didn't take long.
The next day, John Henderson, hey, Coach, on the text, we got you. And then, of course, this guy said $1,000, he'll get his head shaved into his hair mohawk. We're at $300 the last I heard. Please donate. I want to see him get his tomahawk. I want to see him at the next Calvary Day game without his hat on, with the mohawk, telling people
I'll be sporting it.
He did it for a good cause. We'll be right back after this. 3 minutes.
It's all sports, all the time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years in a row. It's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, this Saturday, it's the start of SEC football. The University of Georgia Bulldogs will take the field for the first time this year. And don't forget, you can watch all your SC football games at Coach's Corner, along with MLB, NBA, NHL, MLS, and NASCAR all weekend on their gazillion TV screens. Stop on by at Coach's Corner, and always make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
I guess I shut us off.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
We're
But
back.
anyway, if you missed us, Braves Rebecca, stop by, donate some money. You'll see the TPs. I'm getting my head shaved Wednesday night. He's going to get his tomahawk shaved pretty soon.
$700.
$700. He's only
More.
away. So
All right.
we need a sponsor. And once again, every Monday through Friday now, we have breakfast at Coach's. John and Del Henderson have now taken on the detail or the I guess service of serving
Larry's
breakfast.
crew.
He took on Larry's crew, Larry's Restaurant, a breakfast icon establishment
It
here
looks
for
good.
70 years. They got breakfast right here. So I know he's dying for that country
Country
ham steaks,
man.
biscuit. So I want my 2 eggs, my grits, my home fries, and we'll go from there.
Come see them 6 to 10:30 every morning, Monday through Friday.
So we're here. All right, we're going to take 3 steps out the door, but we got to go over all the sports news we missed because we're going to highlight the high school football every Saturday morning. So if you missed the shows Friday night, we'll have them Saturday morning with the help of WJCL Sports Department. Frank Silkowski, the big guy who's traveling with the Georgia Southern Eagles
down
football
in Louisiana.
team down in Louisiana. And then, of course, Amy Zimmer. There's always, behind a great man is a greater woman. So Amy Zimmer did this last night. She sent this to me. And, of course, Dave Williams, the roving reporter for those two. So we'll go from there. All right, let's start off with the scores from last night's football games.
I'll get us going. Calvary Day at Special Sports Complex rebounded 42-17 over First Pres. Islands opened up. Public schools opened up last night. Islands 26, Jenkins 8. Johnson all over Groves 33-0. All right, Richmond Hill took Northside Warner Robins 52-12. BC went down to Wayne. They are road warriors, but they keep those W's going. 5-0, 41 BC, Wayne County 29.
Good.
All right, Savannah Christian. They went all the way to Albany, played Deerfield Windsor. All right, Savannah Christian comes away 48-7 victor. Savannah Country Day gets their first win of the season. All right, they were down 14. They come back, score with almost no time left.
No time left in the game.
Yeah. They won 28-24 up in Macon and Vertatno Square. Effingham falls to Howard 17-12. McIntosh rolls over Bryan County 41-0. Bethesda goes up to Colleton Prep, wins 28-0. And Memorial gets over St. Andrews on the Marsh 7-0.
We got two more games tonight. You want to check out the new Savannah Chatham County Public School Island Stadium? Go right there on Whitmarsh Island. Beach takes on Savannah High at 6 o'clock. You want to go down the road here, down Skidaway, go to Memorial Stadium. Okay, Windsor Forest takes on New Hampstead at 7 o'clock. So you want to get some more high school football, it's right there. Let's go to volleyball and softball. We can't leave the ladies out, and cross country, the girls and boys cross country team. All right, right now, state rankings, okay? State rankings in softball, South Effingham and Effingham are both ranked high in 6A. South Effingham number 2, Effingham number 6. Bryan County in Class A is ranked number 6. I think they're like 17 and whatever I have there. 17 and 2. Oh, sorry, 18 and 3. So 6-1 overall.
Ooh, I wonder if that was the ECI game.
Right. Yeah, they lost the ECI game. 5-4. Ooh, come on.
I told you ECI.
I know you don't have time to do this, but check out the Prep Sports Report Sports Ticker.
My bad, man.
Okay, I'm just trying to help you out.
My bad.
Okay, yes, I do have
an app on my phone for that.
Yeah, how do I get an app? I will talk about that later on. Okay, so anyway, Savannah Christian Volleyball on a 22-game winning streak. They lost way back on August 15th. And not since. Okay, they're ranked number 2 in the Class A private AA sector, and then Woodville Tompkins is ranked number 3 in the public school AA and A record. Undefeated. We had her on Wednesday night. The head coach of the Savannah Arts Academy, Lauren Lord. They're 17-0. I know, COVID-19 schedules. Who cares? When you're undefeated, hey,
W is a W.
W is W. So got to give them some kudos right there. Cross country, the Running Wildcats, the boys team, ranked number 2 in the state. All right, so we finish up with volleyball pretty soon. Soft volleyball and softball will end in October, and then cross country ends in November.
Yep. So volleyball school, they got about probably 2 more weeks left in the regular season. Softball is going to start some region tournaments here in the next 2 weeks. I think most of them got 1 more week of regular season. They hop into the region tournament. Then in the state playoffs, they always end down in Columbus. Top 8 from each class go to Columbus for the finals there.
So we usually do 3 steps in the door, then we go 3 steps out the door. So to start the show, this will be our 3 steps. So the first step is high school news. Second step, we got to go to college, okay? How do you like that? The Pac-12 is coming back. Okay.
Last to the party.
All right. Well, let's then go to down the road about 60 miles.
I'm glad they're doing it. Don't get me wrong. Football's football. I'm glad they're doing it. But they're doing it because
everybody else is doing it.
Everyone else is doing it.
So, all right. Let's go down the road.
They ain't none going to make the college football playoff anyhow. Let's just be real.
Right. Let's go down the road up into Statesboro, the prettiest little stadium, Paulson Stadium. Irk Russell coined it. Georgia Southern, though, is on the road at Louisiana Monroe, 7 p.m. Heartbreaker last week. Lost to Louisiana Lafayette, the Ragin' Cajuns, okay? Last second, 53-yard field goal.
They Ragin' Cajuns are undefeated, and they dropped out of the polls. Come on, man.
Well, that's what we got. But so, big game tonight. All right, first of all, for all my Georgia Tech fans, okay, Georgia Tech is off tonight, okay? And we got a lot of kids on Georgia Tech that we know very well, so they're off tonight. So let's go to Between the Hedges. ESPN, game day is right there now, Between the Hedges. Okay, number 4, Georgia, takes on number 7, Auburn, the oldest rivalry game in the United States, way back in 1892. 7:30, okay? Now, I'm a little concerned. like Josh Mallard was, who had on his guest. Offensively, they looked horrible in the first half. Stetson Bennett came in. I got the coach against the kid, but in basketball. So, but he was a force in basketball too. So he came in, managed the show, got the offense on the right track. What do we got? JT Daniels coming back, right? He was released.
He's released this week, so we might see a little JT Daniels action in there as well. And they got the guys around him, Pickens, those guys. Running back Zaire White look good. Offensive line's there. Defense was just lights out last week as well.
Richard LeCount, didn't he pick off two?
Nolan Smith, a sack and a half.
Nolan Smith from Calvary IMG. Stetson Bennett from
Pierce County.
No, Stetson Pierce County. Richard LeCount, Liberty County.
Yeah, Liberty County. And
All
so
right.
a lot of kids in the local area.
Just to give you a little heads up, okay, it's 7:30, ESPN. Stetson Bennett was the thrust into action in the second half. He took over for redshirt freshman DeJuan Mathis, who struggled. Georgia went on to defeat Arkansas 37-10 after trailing 7-5 at half. 7-5 at halftime. What are we playing, baseball? Okay. At John Hare Stadium, quarterback Bo Nix passed for 233 yards and 3 scores. Okay. I got to mention this. Okay. Ole Miss, Mike Leach, right?
Mississippi
State. That's Mike
Kiffin,
Leach.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Train is at Ole Miss. And the greatest. I mean, you want to quote? Just turn into Mike Leach. Man.
Well,
follow him on Twitter.
All right. So let's go Mississippi State. That's Mike Leach, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
KJ Costello, who transferred from Stanford University, passed for an SEC record 623 yards against the former national champions, or still the national champions, and somebody wins this year, LSU. They beat the Tigers 44-34, upset at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge in the Bayou Bengal country. I was shocked. But KJ Costello.
I'm not shocked, because anywhere that Mike Leach goes, they're going to put up numbers. Now, you don't know what they're going to do defensively, but they're going to put up numbers. And man,
and you don't know what he's going to say either,
which is the greatest part of it. Greatest part. Listen, everyone have fun. Just watch Mike Leach in a press conference.
I can tell you just one thing, okay? With the name Costello with the valve at the end, he's probably a little Italian. You know what I mean? Just like Rocky's New York Deli and little Screaming Mimi's. The Italian kid did a good job last week. All right, step 3 out the door, or into the show. Step 3 in the door. Okay, professionals. The Braves have been 0-7 in their last the last 7 potential clinching games in the postseason, including 0-2 last year.
I cannot believe it was since 2001 they hadn't won a series.
And
I did not.
2001, buddy.
I could not believe
19
that.
years.
Yes.
And here's what kills me. They're taking on the Fish. The Miami Marlins, who were closed down for the first 2 weeks of Major League Baseball. They knocked off, sorry, Kyle Lawson, they knocked off the Cubbies. Okay, but you know what's going to hurt me so much? I'm going back to my youth. Okay, I'm going back to my youth. Don Mattingly.
Love Don Mattingly.
Okay, Don Mattingly, ex-New York Yankee. All right, and the man running the show. Hey, there's no better person, I thought, in professional sports than Derek Jeter. Clean-cut guy. A lot of people hated him because he was clean-cut like Tim Tebow. So you know what? You got 2 Yankees running the Fish against my Braves. I'm calling them my Braves now, okay? So I don't know what to tell you, Chad. I'm going to be a little torn right here, but I want the Braves to win.
Braves need to win. Braves need to win because we got to keep this. We got to keep this 10 up. We got to keep raising money.
Right.
All this stuff. Braves got to win. Hey, now to go to the bubble, go into Texas, new stadium that the Rangers play at. Supposed to be, I don't know, it looks like a huge metal barn, but it's I mean, so they're being a bubble for both all the series now.
All right, we're still in professional sports. I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to.
Point leads to open the season and lose them all, and in every different kind of fashion you can imagine, they are finding a way to lose. I mean, they're putting up points.
16 points with 6.5 minutes to go.
They're getting leads, so it's not like they're the Jets, Jets.
All right, then let's not get personal.
All right,
okay.
all right. But all right, so yeah,
you like getting personal with guys today.
I didn't mean to get
John
personal
Nelson,
with
Florida
you.
State. Now you're doing
you
the Jets on me.
No.
No. Hey, I grew up with Joe Willie Namath.
I know. Okay. All right. So go back to the Falcons. They're trying to get on the board this week. They got,
Monday Night Football. They're going to Lambeau Field.
Take on Aaron Rodgers, who is hot as anybody right now. So have fun there.
Ryan versus Rodgers. Great Monday Night Football game. We'll see what happens. Okay, Pro golf, hey, it's back in Savannah. It's at the Landing. It's the PGA Korn Ferry Savannah Open Championship.
Yeah, so we got there at Deer Creek course.
Yep.
All right. So Tim O'Neill shot 3 under, but missed a cut.
Yep. While Kevin Doherty and Evan Harmling, set the 36-hole tournament record at 13 under, 131 to share the lead at the Savannah Golf Championship, with Argentina's Julian Lutlane, set a course record with a 10 under 62.
Smoking.
Tim O'Neill shoots 3 under. He's not in the game.
That's tough, right?
He's
there,
gone.
Man.
I know. The next little professional sport, I know it's little soccer.
Soccer, tormented 3, 4, and 4. All right. They are at Union Omaha, 8 p.m. today. South Georgia Men FC will face Union Omaha for the second and final time of the season.
Last time they tied.
Right. Yep. We're going to men from last win against Fort Lauderdale CF in almost 2 weeks rest. Tormenta looks to take all 3 points home with just 5 matches remaining in the season. Win would be a pivotal for either side to continue to fight for a spot in the 2020 U.S. League One final. And,
we took off last week. So back on September 19th, we had Kyle Lawson talking about baseball and talking about
of the
Savannah Clovers, So they tied the first game. It was against Greensboro International Football Club back on the 19th at Memorial Stadium. Last week, they lost at the Soda City Football Club. It's outside Columbia somewhere, 1-0. They'll be back on the turf over at Memorial Stadium next weekend, October 10th, versus the Combine Rush.
Yep.
I don't know where they're from, okay? All right. Once again, the Savannah Bananas are at it again. They're at it again.
Craziness.
These guys. I got this in the mail, and Jared Orton asked me for my email, so I sent it to him, and I said, what do we have in a Thanksgiving baseball bowl or a baseball? No, he says, we're having a Fansgiving.
All right, so I'm going to go through parts of this.
Go ahead.
So to honor the 66-day journey across the ocean from the original Pilgrims, no food to be served for the first 66 minutes. So the gates will be open at 5:45. There'll be water and adult beverages available and rations of popcorn and bread. Once the 66 minutes is up, celebrations will take place. All fans will be treated to unlimited hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, soda, popcorn, chip, and drink. Thanksgiving has become overlooked, in our opinion, and very commercialized to encourage us to overeat all day, watch TV, and then go Black Friday shopping. We feel Fansgiving is a proper way to celebrate the day. So go out, Grayson Stadium. All right, I think first 1,000 fans.
Yep.
Show up. All right.
The second annual Fansgiving on Friday, November 13th.
They'll have a game. They'll use the new banana rules.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. Two hour game limit, so you're not going to be here all day.
Yeah.
I had to go back to what they're saying. Okay, of course we talk about Black Friday. That's the day after Thanksgiving. Everybody starts doing their Christmas shopping. They're starting to open it up on Thanksgiving too now.
It's getting a little bit too
crazy.
much for
It's getting a little too much. But once again, the Bananas are at it again. Your Savannah Bananas, and they just signed a 5-year lease with maybe another 5 years after that. That's pretty amazing.
It is. They got it going. Ticket. You want to go to this ticket? Just go on sale. Bananas ticket members and priority list on Tuesday, October 6th. If you want to get to the Fansgiving, go there. Get it. Main seats available to public on Thursday, October 8th. So if you're an inside club member, you get purchase tickets first. Then after you're in public on the 8th, Bananas Fansgiving. They're always giving back.
They're always giving back. And once again, as I say a lot, thank you. Whether you've listened for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or maybe half the show or the whole show. You're definitely a fanatic if you watch this whole show. So, but anyway, we always have a lot of fun. So now we're at the end of the show. We caught up on all the sports news in Savannah, Georgia. Now we're going to 3 steps out the door. It's this guy's turn, the AD, to grill the coach.
All right. So we talked about, we always go on subject of food. Or whatever.
Well, because we want breakfast.
Yeah. So he's going to his son's house tonight, Russell. Russell's going to grill for him. So I asked Carl, and what's his go-to? Because I'm not
from the grill.
Yeah. All right. But if you have to cook, Carl, what's your go-to thing that you're cooking?
I'm going to make you laugh. Go for it. It's Nathan's hot dogs on the grill with a little sauerkraut, a little mustard, and mac and cheese. That's my go-to.
And mac and cheese.
That's my go-to. But my go-to, my 2 macaroni and cheese is Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the box and put some of that fake sauce on it. That's my go-to.
That's
Now,
it.
when my wife makes her own homemade macaroni and cheese, motto, not eat the whole platter.
All right. So we covered. All right. So what is D's go-to dish for you? If Karl DeMasi asked for a meal, what's D cooking?
Chicken cutlet parmesan.
Nice.
And meatballs. Homemade
And
meatballs. Homemade chicken cutlet parmesan. You got to fry the, you got the egg. You dip it in egg, a little flour, a little egg, dip it in the breadcrumbs, the Italian breadcrumbs, fry them up, put them on the baking sheet, throw all the mozzarella cheese on top of it, put it in the oven. D, you do a great job whenever I get chicken cutlet parmesan with spaghetti.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, we talked about dessert on this, but one thing that he makes, and he does it for special occasions.
I missed last week's.
He missed last week's.
They sold like $500 worth again at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Zeppoli's.
Zeppoli's.
Did I say it right?
But no, Zeppoli's, you're right.
Zeppoli's.
I'd say Zeppoli's because I look at fool.
Tell our fans, once again, what Zeppoli's are.
You're
so good at making.
It's an Italian donut, okay? It's an Italian donut with ricotta cheese inside of it. It's unbelievable. And I'm not going to give you Mama's recipe, okay? You got to go to Rocky's New York Deli next time we get it. And I might even start my own food truck. Why not? Have a Zeppeli food truck.
Why not?
Another thing I can do.
Let's add one more to the list.
All right, so that's one. What's two?
No, that was all three.
All three.
All three. We asked
hot dogs and macaroni and cheese.
Your
Hot dogs.
go-to meal.
Nathan's hot dogs on the grill.
What is D's go-to meal for you?
Chicken cutlet parmesan.
And then I knew what the dessert had to be. I just want people, once again, to understand, like, what Karl makes is really, really good.
Now,
is Zeppoli's.
Yeah, that's what I make. That's really good. But if you want to go to my number one dessert, homemade strawberry shortcake with real whipped cream.
Yes.
Not this ready whip, not this Cool Whip. You got to go get the whipping cream. You got to throw a little confectionery sugar in it, and you got to whip it. And I'm telling you right now, Dom and I, my son Dom, he loves strawberries and whipped cream. So for his birthday, I would make homemade whipped cream. We get a tub of strawberries, and we both just sit there, dip it and dip it. Double dipping doesn't matter in this case. No. We're going to do it.
Awesome. So, there we go, man.
Anything else we got to talk about?
Last thing. All right, here we go. We have a potential sponsor for the Karl DeMasi Sports Report show
Coach
here.
and AD.
All right, Coach and AD. This is Raise, okay? Energy drink, all natural, no added supplements, no caffeine, no sugar, all right? And so it's through Rep Sports. So check it out. Go to Rep Sports. Look at it, all right? I filled out a form talking about potential sponsorships. They sent us a kit, all right? Sent some drinks in it. I love it. It's very good. Been drinking them all week. Been homecoming week at Calvary Day School. I've needed this. No shaking. No, it's been great. So Raise, Rep Sports, got it.
He's got to let the fat guy try it.
I'll bring you one.
I got to try it.
I've been rational.
You've been rationing. You've been hogging it. You don't want to give it out to anybody because it's so good. Here we go. Florida State, the Jets, and now he's hoarding food from me now too. I don't know.
I'll bring him one Wednesday night when he's going to need it.
See what happens when we don't have enough sleep. We have a lot of fun. Yes. Don't forget Wednesday night. Braves for Becca. Coach's Corner is trying to raise $30,000 to help one of their former employees, still an employee. She had a stroke, 22 years old, Becca Spears. Come on in, donate money to the kitty, as our other show, Rubbin' and Grubbin' likes to say. And so donate, okay? Wednesday night, right here on Wednesday Night Live on the Coach and AD. I'm going to get my head shaved. Now, this guy, he was a little more expensive. He wanted $1,000.
$1,000. That's what they said. Someone's already given $300. So $700. Hey, it's for a good cause.
We'll get there.
It's just easy.
And don't forget, every morning now, Monday through Friday, you have breakfast at Coach's. The Larry's Restaurant crew will be here to serve you breakfast. Heard it's pretty good.
I'm coming because I got to get me a country hamburger.
If I didn't have the kids coming back to school on Monday, I think I'd come here Monday at 6 o'clock to get breakfast in the morning. One day we got to meet and do that.
We'll do it, man.
We got to do that one day.
I'm an early guy.
And don't forget, we also added another show to the Coach's Corner Sports Network fold, okay? It's called Hot Grits Podcast, okay? They've done 29 episodes. Coach's Corner is now, the Coach's Corner Sports Network is now sponsoring them. Travis Jadon, Savannah Country Day Hornet, Spencer Maddox.
Calvary Day Cavalier.
They got together. I'm telling you, you got to listen to
They make some grits.
They're going to make some grits. And, I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun to listen to these two guys. I mean, they're young. They're energetic. not my opinions, not his opinions, not Coach's Corner's opinions. It's Hot Grits Podcast opinions, okay? So once again, check that out. So big week in football next week. We'll be back Wednesday night to tell you what's going on during the week. We'll catch up on all Georgia high school news, all sports, what else is going on. Hey, you've been listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Every Saturday morning we hear, well, unless we have family obligations like I did last week and he has. I got to get him out of here. He's got to go a little across. Yeah. So Monday morning, every Saturday morning starts at 9 a.m. until when? We don't know. It's all sports all the time from the Coach's Corner Sports Network, which is the center
of the sports universe.
So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Whatever you may be doing, always hit it out of the park. And until next week, may be best week ever. Okay, what do we got to do here? Hold it.
We need masks.
You're 6 feet behind me.
We need masks.
I've got it.
And
no hand sanitizer.
We need hand sanitizer. Watch up. Y'all great. Have a great week. We love you guys. Be careful out there. Be safe. We'll see you soon.
God bless. We'll be back Wednesday night. I get my head shaved.
$700 more.
He gets a tomahawk.
It's all sports all the time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt because Coach's Corner